it's Maddie, and today we will be doing my beauty secrets. I have been obsessed with Vogue beauty secrets for so long that I can't even remember the last time that I saw one and didn't click on it right away. And I know it was a trend a little while ago to do your own Vogue beauty secrets video, but I thought that today I would hop on that trend very late. So let's start with my skincare. I have been using this CeraVe foam cleanser for such a long time. I have seen vast improvements in my skin since using this. I have tried so many different face washing products to try and get rid of my adult acne. So what I do is I put a bunch in my hands and then I mix it into my hands like this until it starts to foam. And then after it starts to foam, I will begin to gently apply it to my face. Also, I did a really bad job of pinning my hair back because there is a bunch of hair over here. So if the lighting keeps changing, it's because it is a wonderfully cloudy day here in Las Vegas. So there's just like no sun sometimes. That's cool. So to get rid of all the face wash, I will then use a damp cloth to do it. I just find that this kind of works as kind of like an exfoliator. I know that you're not supposed to be using terry cloths on your face, but really I've seen huge improvements in my skin since I started using these, opposed to just using my bath towel or something else like that. I did see that on Chloe Grace Moretz's that she uses biodegradable towels, which I would totally be open to using if they weren't expensive. So for now, I'm just going to use my cute little pink terry cloths that I bought for $12 for 12. So this is going to be kind of controversial, but I actually don't use toner in the morning, and that is because I just find that it makes my skin kind of break out more the more toner I use. So that's just something that I've had to kind of adjust to. So the next step in my beauty care routine is to put on some moisturizer. I use this Weleda moisturizer, and let me tell you, I have been using this moisturizer on and off since I was 14 years old. I grew up in Colorado, and when you live in a really dry state like that, you get really dry. So my mom used to buy this all the time from Whole Foods, and it used to come in this packaging that was, what is it, kind of like an aluminum tinfoil type stuff. So you had to bend it to get the rest of the stuff out, and when you did that, it would break at the sides, so you'd have just tons of product coming out of the sides. But obviously they've changed their packaging and made it plastic, which I don't know how I feel about that because I think the other kind was recyclable and this was not. All you need for this one is just a tiny bit like that, hardly anything, just a little tiny pea drop. I'm doing this again for show because I did this 2 seconds ago but my camera wasn't recording, so authenticity. I also like to get a little bit to put onto my neck. I just have started doing a neck skincare routine because I realized that my neck is part of my face. When you see me for the first time, you see also my neck. And I don't know why that never registered to me before. Now this product is really thick and it turns into sort of an oily texture once it makes contact with heat in your skin. So I would suggest that if you're going to use this for your everyday makeup or before your everyday makeup, that you should definitely use it very, very, very conservatively because you do not want to end up having way too much product because then your makeup's just kind of gonna melt off. So since I live in Nevada, I have very dry skin. This is something that I've had my entire life. Like I said, I lived in Colorado before this, so very, very dry climates. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use also my Curology Rich Moisturizer, which I actually love. This is one of my favorite moisturizers for just general moisturization. It goes on so smoothly and it soaks in really well. So next up we'll be applying sunscreen, and this sunscreen is by Supergoop. It's SPF 50. I really love the way that this stuff smells. It smells so good. And we're just gonna put that on top of all of our stuff we just did, all of our moisturizing. And the last step of my skincare is the Weleda Skin Food Lip Butter. I love this stuff. It reminds me of being a child. So next up, I usually wait about 20 minutes. I will do my hair and then I will come back and we will start doing my makeup. So as you can tell, it has soaked into my skin. I'm not as greasy as I was 35 minutes ago when I stepped away. I also gave myself a little bit of a blowout. It doesn't look like a blowout, but I used my little Revlon to make my hair look a little bit nicer. Before we start, we're gonna put just a little bit more sunscreen on our faces, and you guys are gonna make fun of me because I use so much sunscreen in my daily routine because I am so afraid of getting sunburned. I hate being sunburned. I went to Florida last year and I got so sunburned that I was miserable for the rest of the trip, and I never want to feel that way again. So we're just going to put on a little bit more of the sunscreen on my face, and then we're going to go in with my CC cream from IT Cosmetics that also has 50 SPF in it. I said you guys are going to make fun of me a little bit because this is brand new. I just got it, so give me a second. Okay, there we go. Now, this is a CC cream, so it's lightweight, but it's not so lightweight where there's not going to be any coverage, which I really like. So we're going to do this, and we're just going to blend it in with our fingers. I forgot to shave my mustache, but I needed to shave my stash this morning. So I'm probably going to break out later from that, but I didn't really have facial hair until I was like 21 years old, and then all of a sudden I had facial hair that I needed to shave all the time. Is that how it is for everybody, or is it just because I have a hormonal imbalance? I don't know, because I don't know anybody who doesn't have a hormonal imbalance these days. All right, now I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and just kind of buff it out, maybe get a little bit of the product off because I might have put a little too much on. We're going to put that, but we're going to just beauty blend it out a little bit. Okay, I forgot if I mentioned that the look we're doing today is kind of like a sun-kissed look. It's been my go-to recently. But now we're going to go in with my brand new Rare Beauty concealer. This is my second or third time trying it out. You know what? I actually kind of like it. I know it's got a lot of hype right now because of the whole, Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez thing. Selena Gomez is apparently really popping off these days, which is crazy to me because I guess I never really realized how famous she was. Now all like what are they called? The Selena Gomez fans are gonna, I don't know what their fandom is called, but they're gonna come for me in the comments and they're gonna call me an idiot, which honestly, fair enough. I also forgot to mention that I don't use primer, and I don't use primer because I don't like the way it feels. I don't like when my makeup feels like I'm wearing makeup. I like when my makeup is really lightweight and I can barely tell, I can feel it. Right now, I can feel my makeup and it's making me feel kind of sick. So next up, we're gonna go in with my Laura Mercier powder, my setting powder, and I'm going to put just a little bit of this under my eyes because I don't like when my under eyes are dewy. Plus, I have a little bit of just like, I don't know, what are they called, like smile lines underneath? So my makeup can crease. And I've noticed with the Rare Beauty that it's been sort of creasing more than I would like it to. I'm always afraid though that whenever I put on powder that someday somebody's gonna take a picture of me with the flash and I'm gonna look like that picture of James Charles. I also put a little bit down here by my laugh lines because I really do be laughing and it really do be causing lines. But you know what? I'd rather have wrinkles and be happy than be miserable and never show emotion in my face. All right, so next up we are going to be using my Nude Stick Blush. This is in the shade In the Nude, and you know what? We're gonna do something kind of interesting and fun here. So first of all, let's ignore the way that this looks because I accidentally shoved it way too hard into this lid. So since we're doing sort of a natural, sun-kissed, glowy sort of look, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put this everywhere that I would get sunburned. So usually you wanna go for like the high points of your face opposed to going for like the lower points. So for me, I would tend to get sunburned. I get like a little bit over here. So now we're gonna take the little brush that's on the back side of this and we're just gonna kind of blend it in and we're gonna blend it up. You don't wanna blend it down, you'd wanna blend it up. And don't be afraid to get a little bit onto your eyes because we're trying to go for like a natural, enhanced, glowy, sun-kissed look, even though it is only been in the 70s for 4 days. All right, so after I do that, I like to go into my beauty blender and just kind of clean up a little bit. So next up, we will be using this SugarRush Bronzer, and I've been using this forever, and like I've hardly made a dent in it. I think I've had this for like 2 years. I know makeup expires, but I think this works just fine still. I'm gonna get as much of this off as possible so that we don't look crazy. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to find kind of the lower points. So we just did the high points. Now we want to do the lower points. And that is where we're going to put our bronzer. And then after you sort of feel like you've done enough contouring for your own skin, I don't like to do a lot of contouring because I'm very round. And if I do contouring, I just kind of look a little silly. Now, the last part is we're just going to go over some of these spots that we did with the blush. And we're going to go over them with just the bronzer, and we're going to do this downwards to try and add some more dimension to our fake tan face that we've got. Now we're going to go in one more time with our bronzer, and we are going to just do our eyes. Next, we're going to go in with my Ilia blush, and I love this blush. My best friend gave it to me. I love it. I'm so glad she did because I never even heard of the brand Ilia before her. I'm not big at Sephora. I don't really go to Sephora very often. I'm usually an Ulta girly because it's just closer to my house, but I love this. I will go and I will buy this blush for the rest of my life. This is in the shade All of Me, and what we're going to do is we're going to put it on where you would usually put your blush. So, you know, your cheekbones, maybe a little bit on your nose, whatever you're most comfortable with, that's where you should be putting this. I like this because it is super light, and I'm just going to use my fingers to blend this out because it's so light and it moves pretty easily, so you don't have to worry about it messing up anything. Now that we've got on all of our face makeup, we can move on to our eyes. Now, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I can tell up here that there's already some creasing going on in my under eyes. So I will need to reapply some setting powder because it's already creasing. So the Rare Beauty does crease, but I do like the way it feels on my skin. So it's kind of like a cost analysis here. Do I care that it really creases in my eyes? Yes, because I don't like my makeup creases, but the Rare Beauty really feels nice. So what do you guys think? Do you guys care if your makeup creases, or are you kind of more in for like the feel of things? It's getting a little hot in here, so I'm gonna take off my bathrobe. So I accidentally messed up on my eyeshadow, so I'll be back when I'm done blending it out. It is gonna take me forever because you can already, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but this eye is like significantly darker than this eye. Okay, I think I got this blended out the best that I'm gonna be able to get it blended out. I'm definitely doing a little too much for my eyes today for the rest of my makeup, so I'm a little upset about that, but that's all right. The next step is eyeliner, and eyeliner is kind of like, I don't know, I feel like eyeliner is kind of taking the back seat on things these days, which I love. I used to do winged eyeliner all the time, but now I almost never do winged eyeliner because you know what? I just have to accept at some point that it doesn't fit my face shape. Sometimes I can do it and it looks really good, but most of the time whenever I do my winged eyeliner, I just end up really frustrated. We're going to be using this Hourglass eyeliner, and I love this eyeliner because look how tiny that is. Can you tell? I don't know if you can see how small this is. It's tiny. And what we're going to do is we are going to put it on underneath our eye. So instead of putting it on our eyelid, we're going to put it underneath our eyelid on like our waterline, but like the upper waterline. Also, I have a hard time seeing things that are far away from me. And so doing my eyeliner is so difficult because I can't see half the time what it looks like. So now that I've done my under eyes and they look totally different, my eyes are like two totally different shapes, which really irritates me. Now that we've done that, we're just going to take it out at the corner a tiniest bit. Mascara, I feel like, is like one of those things that's just super easy and everybody can do it, and like even little kids do it. But for some reason, I feel like I've never perfected the art of mascara. My eyelashes are not the most malleable. I have a really hard time curling them. I cannot curl my eyelashes to save my life. Like, as you can see, I just spent probably 30 seconds holding this little curling thing to them, and they're like barely curled. I almost wonder if it's my eye shape that is causing my eyelashes to look weird to me. I don't know. All right, so now we're moving on to one of the final steps, which is my eyebrows. I'm gonna be using this Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil. I really like Anastasia because they have this shade of brown that kind of comes out a little gingery. So it makes my hair and my eyebrows look cohesive because, surprise, I'm not a natural ginger. Also, this product helps fill in some of the gaps in my eyebrows because I am a chronic eyebrow toucher. I like to rub my eyebrows when I'm feeling really stressed out. So like part of my eyebrow is missing over here from me doing that so frequently. I really need to get my eyebrows waxed. They're looking a little crazy, and I'm afraid to pluck them. One, because it hurts really bad, and two, because I'm afraid I'm going to overpluck them and look crazy. Next up, we're going to be using the Ulta Brow Lift Gel. Just do a nice little lift there. Nothing too crazy. It helps them kind of stand up on their own a little bit. Then we are finally going to be using the Anastasia, and we're going to use this. It's like a tint sort of product, and we're just going to go over what we just did very, very, very lightly. to give my eyebrows a little more color because I feel like sometimes they look a little too blonde. Last up is the lips. We're gonna start with this Plump Shot. I use this exclusively for when filming because I am insecure about my lip size. And finally, we're gonna be using the NYX Lingerie XXL Professional Makeup in the color Stripped Down. But this is my daily makeup, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below if you care more about the feel of your makeup or the look of your makeup, or is it a mixture of both? Like I said, I care about the way it feels a lot more than the way it looks. Most of the time, if it looks good, I also appreciate that, but I really hate when I can feel my makeup. But that is all I have for you guys this week. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!